around late September last year, I dropped a new song. That was my third single.
Yeah.
And currently just trying to push more music out.
Yeah. You're doing something new and you hear the negativity shit outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously when that gonna put you down, and did you like kind of stop making music for a while?
Yeah, definitely. I think there has been influences of people saying like, look, maybe this is not for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try something else.
Yeah.
If I don't do it now, when am I ever gonna do it? Am I gonna be like 30, 40 years old? Like when I'm 40, I'll look back.
You don't want to regret anything. Your dream, your goals are in your mind, like constantly 24/7, I would say.
Yeah.
When you're going to sleep, you still fucking think about it. You can't wait. Oh, I can't wait to get up in the morning and do this thing. I can agree with you to a certain extent, but I also can disagree as well, because you know why? Why do you have to wait for yourself to reach a certain point of financially, for example, or a certain goal that you want to achieve? In your view, love is also not a feeling; it's a commitment.
Yeah, 100%. It's all commitment.
Hey guys, welcome back to Off Topic, episode 4. We have George into the studio today. First of all, thank you for coming, bro.
No problem at all.
I'm just going to jump straight into it. Why do you choose the music industry?
So, the reason I chose the music industry was because I think couple concerts that I went to, one was Ed Sheeran, one was actually William Singe. I don't know if you actually know of him.
No, I know Ed Sheeran, but I don't know.
William Singe was one of the Australian artists. He came from Sydney, and he was doing all these cover videos. I was blowing up at the time, and I was like really listening to him.
Yeah.
And I just went to his concert and everything, and then it was like a little gig show, nothing too big, but you know, still like big accomplishment for him for sure. But I just went to a show, and then after that, decided to try and sing his shit, and then am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, of course, bro.
I just thought, you know, he's family friendly or whatever. But yeah, decided to rock up to his show, and then after that, I started to try and sing his stuff, and I was like, you know what, I could give this a go. And then Ed Sheeran was I wanted to learn guitar. Yeah. So all those things kind of put together, and then I was like, screw it, let me try this music thing. And at first, it was like, I was telling my friends about it, and I was so shy. I was like, wait, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I actually want to try and give this music thing a go. I want to learn to sing and everything. And don't get me wrong, at the time, they all laughed at me.
Yeah. Of course they would, bro.
Yeah, and then I don't blame them at all. Like, I laughed at people when they were telling me they wanted to do, like, streaming or, like, whatever, like, Twitch streaming, gaming, which now I'll be like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, of course.
But back then, like, if someone was to try something out of the bubble, you would think, oh, he wouldn't do that. He couldn't do that. Like, what are you trying to do?
All the negativity's coming in.
Yeah, because they just all expect you to kind of move the same direction as they are.
Yeah.
So
I think it's because like the people that you see doing streaming or gaming, whatever, they don't see how they started. They only see where they're
exactly
at the top, and then look at this guy and they're like, nah, he can't make it.
Yeah,
he's comparing him to the other guys.
Yeah, so basically, all they show on YouTube and everything is where they're at, how many millions of views, whatever, and everything. But everyone starts
from the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah,
from the ground. Not everyone's given the opportunity and everything, and then, you know, no one can see, like, if you look at the oldest videos and everything, like, very few fans go all the way back down there. That's not even in the algorithm. They don't pop that stuff out into your algorithm. And then I started a bit of singing, and then I wanted to do guitar because I thought, oh yeah, I could impress girls with this, whatever.
Oh,
It was just a bit of attention-seeking thing at first, but I then kind of just kept doing it, kept learning it, and I was like, yo, like, you know, kind of getting good at this at my own pace. Yeah. And I was like, I could, like, you know, try something new with this and just see how I go. And I've had that mindset since then, and that was about
Do you like what you're
7
doing
years
now?
ago.
Do you like what you're doing now?
Yeah, I still love it.
You still love it?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think that you can pursue that as a long-term career?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely believe in myself in pursuing a long-term career.
Yeah. I did saw like didn't you drop like a kind of new album or music like not long ago?
So around late September last year, I dropped a new song. That was my third single.
Yeah.
And currently just trying to push more music out.
Yeah.
I don't like the way to like push so much music every day out and just like put it out there. I like to like really
work on it,
and really polish, because I can just write a song a day, and then it could be like average, and I'll just put it out, and then but I'm really like, I'm a bit more of a perfectionist with everything I do. Every single little thing I have to, like, if I'm putting it out, could be like a TikTok video. If I see a little like mistake, I will alter it, try and make it perfect in my eyes and everything and stuff. And then, so I'll spend a lot of time on smallest things and trying to get the smallest details as possible.
I think that's good though, bro. Like, you don't want to huff shit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you
no,
want to give
definitely
your best, really.
What genre is it?
At the moment, it's more R&B.
All right.
The first couple tracks were like a bit of Afro influence, but R&B as well. The second track was more of a rap song, just because I just wanted to go try a different direction.
See what works for you, like what.
See what works. So at the moment where I was just like figure out which direction to go to and stuff, and then basically learning how genres are literally blending with each other. Like, you see rappers like Kendrick working with R&B, like SZA, for example, or like how it works out. Travis, Cole, Drake, like it's all such a blend, like sort of thing. So it's almost all hip hop and R&B at the same time, and I'm just figuring out what direction I will be. Yeah. And honestly, I think I'll be doing that for the rest of my career.
Good, man. That's good. No, that's good that you're actually like trying to pursue something new. But like as you mentioned before, that they're obviously when people know about what you're doing and stuff, and obviously they're being a bit negative towards you. How do you really handle that kind of situation?
I think it took a lot of time of thinking and everything, and then I was basically at first living for the sake of what other people would say and influence. So I would honestly just, oh, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe like, he's doing this, or how's he going? He's working and everything. Maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should just stick with that. But that, it was just in my gut the whole time that I knew if I was continuing living a life like that, I would never be happy.
You're just pretty much like not living the life that people approve for you to do shit. Like, for example, you're doing something new and you hear the negativity shit outside. And then obviously when that gonna put you down, and did you like kind of stop making music for a while?
Yeah, definitely. I think there has been influences of people saying like, look, maybe this is not for you. Maybe you should try something else. You got plenty of paths to go. You could be, I've been told to be an electrician or a plumber or whatever. Or like you don't have to study uni if you didn't want to. Because at that time, I didn't want to keep going with uni because I was into my engineering degree for a little bit, and then I decided, look, like this isn't for me, because I went into it not knowing where I was going with my life. I didn't really have many like big guidance or big like what do you call it, role models to really follow. At that time, didn't really know where I was going with everything. So then I was just like going where the water was flowing and just following the crowd, see what everyone's up to. Then I'll just follow. Like if everyone does this, I'll do this. That was
just kind of blend in
with it. Yeah, blending in. And then really took some time and thinking for me to realize like this is not it. Like, you're not happy trying to go down this path. So then I was like, had that music dream back in my mind. I was like, all right, you know what? Let's just do it. Because I've got this one life.
That's it.
One life only. And
that's it.
If I don't do it now, when am I ever going to do it? Am I going to be like 30, 40 years old? Like when I'm 40, I'll look back.
You don't want to regret anything. And wish you fucking could go back time and then do the things that you wanted to do the whole way.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I know people are worried about me. There are people worried about me saying, oh, what if you don't make it? What if you this? What if that? So then I was like, no, cut all the what ifs.
Yeah.
What if I'd done this?
Exactly. Yes, turn it around to be positive.
Yeah, turn around. What if you did this? What if, like, that was a big turnaround. What if you
actually make it?
Actually try it. And,
Yeah.
And if you fail, that's an experience. Because no one learns from success. Everyone learns from failure. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think if you just keep following the crowd and listen to everybody else, and you'll never reach your potential and never find out if you tried it, how far you would go. But if you try it, you'll see how far you'll go, and might exceed your own expectations. Yeah. And even if you fail and that's an experience, then there's always electrician, plumbing, or you can start your degree again.
Yeah, it's always going to be there.
That's always going to be there. My learning, my foundation's always going to be there because I've been studying all my life. And my math is still there. So I don't think that's ever running away.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident in my family. I'm one of the smartest. Not to brag or anything. With studying experience, I'm probably at the top.
Yeah.
Out of my whole family. So, at this moment, I just think, look, let me just try something myself. Let me just go where I want to go first.
Yeah.
Worst case, if it doesn't work out and I do give up, which I don't see happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'll just go back to my degree or like whatever. But I don't ever think that far. I don't ever think, oh, how many years am I going to put into this until I put into my degree? Because that's like telling yourself how many years until you give up. You know?
Exactly. That's the time frame that you set for yourself.
Yeah. You might not succeed until you're 29, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should always just have like a long-term goal and have short-term ones. Just stay focused on the short ones and block everything out. Then that way you're not hearing everything else. Just focused on every single goals that you're hitting every month or every day.
Yeah.
And that's all you're focused on. So
it's like if you go to the gym, right? Are you going to tell yourself, I'm going to quit gym after 5 years?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, because you're just going to keep getting in better shape and better shape and better shape. You're just going to keep doing it, keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And then the more you do it, the hungrier you get. So it's a never-ending road that you get onto.
Definitely.
How do you put up with the family expectations?
So, yeah, that's the biggest one. So that's where I got the question from, hey, how many years are you going to try this until you stop? In their perspective, they're worried about me, and I understand that. They're like, oh, I want you to, you know, live a good life. I want you to live a stable life, have a house, you know, have a good family. That's their thing. And I understand that. But the biggest thing that I thought was like, am I living my life for everyone else, or am I living my life for myself? You know, am I living my life to satisfy other people, or am I living my life to satisfy myself?
Yeah,
that was the two choices, and basically I'm choosing myself. So
yeah,
I apologize to everyone that's disappointed that I'm not choosing to live my life for your sakes, but for my own.
I don't think you should be sorry for doing what you think is best for you, because majority of the time they can't see what you see in your mind. Like, for example, you know that music is something for you to pursue, and you know you believe in yourself that you can be succeed in it. Obviously your family can't see through that. Nah. You know what I mean? They just want you to be like, same thing, man. Like, growing up in an Asian background, they always have expectation where you got to complete certain degrees, or you know, going to work 9 to 5, you just following the traditional way. But then in this generation nowadays, I feel like some people genuinely stand up for themselves and actually pursuing what makes them happy. Because the life 9 to 5 is not for everyone, really.
No, it's not for everyone. And honestly, there's so many more possibilities in this day and age. It's so traditional 9 to 5 is not really a thing for everyone else to do. There's so many people that are, you know, working on and off, on call, off call. Let's say, like, you know, they have their own business running or whatever. They could be working at a gym or whatever, like on the treadmill, and then just receiving a quick phone call or something like that, or make a quick text on, you know, whatever they do. They can work in so many ways these days, so many new possibilities. I think that in this generation, it's best to try and find new things instead of following the traditions of, hey, go do this, go do that, because that's what they move you towards as well.
When you're pursuing something new, bro, it's genuinely a fucking lonely journey, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Because there's not a lot of people around you that try something different. And not to say that I'm special in any way trying something different. I don't think I'm special in any way. I think everyone's special in their lives. I just follow what my gut's telling me. I just think, hey, this is what's making me happy. I want to pursue this. There just happen to be more people putting you down for it and everything, and saying you shouldn't do this. You should just do the simple stuff, like the easy way and everything. And I'm just like, nah, like, you know, I want my challenges. I want to challenge myself and see how far I can get into this. You know, dream that I've got. Well, it's not even a dream anymore. It's an ambition. So obviously now you've been doing it for a while, right? For example, and then how do you kind of keep telling yourself, like, oh, stay motivated to keep pushing? Because obviously, being on that kind of journey, right, you don't feel 100% or confident. Obviously, self-doubt kind of come into play. How do you tell yourself? So one of the biggest challenges I had to face through this music thing was the loneliness definitely battled that a lot, because when you're doing this all yourself and everything and stuff, you kind of realize, hey, like you make something, let's say I'm gonna go deep into it. Let's say I'm writing it like a verse or anything, like I don't have that many people to go to, hey, what do you think?
Yeah.
What is this thing? Like, as like a music point of view. There are a couple producers that I knew and everything and stuff, and then there are some people that I know in the industry as well, but they're not always available for you. Like, you couldn't just write a verse and contact them 24/7. Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this idea? I don't have that as much. And what I realized is when you have someone else, that's like a producer or whatever, by your side that you can work with and everything, that will like, you know, you can throw your ideas at each other and everything, and that would make things so much quicker, because he can have a new direction that you would never see. You would think of something, I can only think of this way, and he will give you a new idea, a new sound, a new melody. Actually I heard this beat and I thought that this could work, and you'll be like, whoa, I couldn't never thought of that if you weren't here. So that's what I found as well. Trying to work with as many people as possible, but when you can, but there are times that it just sucks. Like, so the way I think of it is the loneliness about it. It's always going to be there. So just do it before you even think about it. You know, same as like doing other things yourself. Let's say you could be working. You could be isolated with that and everything, and then you could be there's so many ways. Like, let's say you want to hang out with friends and everything, but everyone else has got plans, everyone else is dating or whatever, and you're not invited to them. Like, what do you do in that time? So, you know, instead of getting sucked into the whole loneliness, just kind of get your brain working already before you even think about it. And it's just getting sucked into this routine of doing it, and just, you know, instead of just laying your phone scrolling and waiting for something to happen. Your hands are already moving. You're already doing it. That's way more productive than, you know. And then at the end of the day, before you go to sleep, you think about it. Hey, have I improved myself today? Just, you know, I could have been sitting in my bed, not doing anything, but you got up and you're moving, even though you didn't feel motivated and everything. You're already moving. You already like got stuck in a routine. Then you made progress. I think. I don't think I explained that too well.
No, I think you did. I think I know you kind of I understand where you're coming from, where you do what needed to be fucking done instead of like based on your emotions. Where
it's just one of those things. It's always about discipline, and when you ask how you stay motivated, I don't.
You don't.
I don't stay motivated. I think motivation's one of my lacks. I will have one, like maybe month out of like every 3-4 months where I get massive motivation to try something new or something different, whatever. But after like probably like 3-4 weeks, that goes, like that's gone.
Motivation fucking come and go, man. You can't achieve something big.
It's just like whether you like it or not, you do it for the sake of you know. If you don't feel like doing it, just get up and do it. You know, it could be worse. It would be worse knowing that you didn't do it.
I think it's if your dream's big enough, motivation wouldn't really play a big part in it. Because if you don't do it, then you think in your mind like, if I don't do it, I'm never going to get there. So motivation it's like a short-term thing. It could 100%. Give you a little bit of boost, but if you have the thinking of I might be there next year if I keep going like this, then that way you can push yourself.
It's all just resilience. You know, I see this is how I see motivation. I've always viewed it like this. It's like a new game just came out. And you're motivated to play it, or you're excited to play it. But after playing months, not even weeks, could be, you get bored.
That's right.
And everything. So that stuff comes and goes. You get a new car, you get a new whatever, new place, you get used to it. Your brain is always going to be searching for something different, something new that can give you a new like shock, or you know, it could be like a dopamine hit or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not about searching for that initial thing, because that initial thing's always going to go, is searching for that part of the hard part, the resilience part, because I think that's where the beauty is, like, you know, being able to struggle through hard work and everything, and then the reward is not the new thing that you're playing now. You get to play just like the reward is the feeling of after going through the struggles. Ever like finish like accomplish like a massive workout or whatever, or you know, you work so hard to score a goal in soccer. You know, after like 5 games you don't score, the 6th game you score. That feeling will be like, you know,
it's the work. I feel like motivation for me is not a fucking big thing, man. I don't rely on motivation. I feel like when the dream is big enough and you're really serious about that thing that you want to pursue enough, I feel like you don't need to wait for fucking motivation to come tell you and knock you down. Like you going to sleep without, like, can't wait to get up next morning to do the thing that need to be done. Like the thing that you want, like your dream, your goals, all in your mind, like constantly 24/7. I would say. When you're going to sleep, you still fucking think about it. You can't wait. Oh, I can't wait to get up in the morning and do this thing, even though sometimes you don't feel like it, but you know you have to achieve and hit that kind of goal. So motivation don't really come into play. It's come down to all the dedication and the commitment you make to pursue that.
It's the same as falling in love. We all know the honeymoon phase. Oh, everything's so cool. You get into know someone new deep down, close.
The butterfly, all the bullshit.
Oh, it was so cool at the start, and then so many couples would crumble after that. Because that new feeling doesn't. Your brain, it's just what your human brain does. You get used to things and everything, and you think you're falling out of love. You're not. It's more so, do you have the dedication, the discipline to be with this person for the rest of your life? Or are you just looking for that new
dopamine hit or whatever?
The new dopamine hit. And I think that's why people are just going out every weekend and stuff, because they're just
fuck that shit,
constantly looking for a dopamine hit. Because you know, they're not finding it elsewhere. So
they have to go and get external validation from outside.
Everything. I mean, I can speak for myself. I'm not saying like I've been there myself. There was a phase where I was going out for a bit and everything, because that was when I was still going uni and I wasn't really working out and I wasn't really gone too far with music. I haven't released a song or anything. Written a couple things and just like, oh yeah, I was happy with that, because things will come later, expecting. And then that's when, you know, I was looking for the dopamine hit, go out, get drunk, you know, look for girls or whatever, and hang out with mates, too much, you know, and that stuff I knew that would never make me happy.
I think that's all temporarily bullshit, man.
It's all temporary, like dopamine hit and everything and stuff. It's never a thing that will stay with you. It's, in the end of the day, like I said before, the thing you hard fought for, the thing that you spend so much time struggling and you obtained, that will make you way more happier.
One thing I don't understand, bro, like speaking to like obviously men perspective, right? Why do we go out to town or to the club or to a bar to try and find a girl? Like,
I think in everyone's mind, that's probably the easiest access to try and approach, because so many men that have told me, oh, I'll get more confident when I'm drunk. So they basically applying external thing to make themselves confident to try and
approach
do something.
Approach
a woman. So I think that was my excuse as well. I think everyone probably have tried that. I can't say like, you know, that I haven't thought of like that, like, you know, oh, if I get drunk, I'm more confident to just talk to. But if anything, it's probably the worst, now that I think about it, it's the worst way to approach a woman, because you're not in your right mind. You don't know what you're going to say.
And it's also in the wrong place as well. Like, for example, you're looking for a serious relationship, right? I don't think clubs and stuff like that is a place to go to find a woman.
Neither do I. I would never find someone out in the club, you know, drunk, and then knowing that I'll fall in love with them. But there have been couples that have been established through that, and fair play to them. But I would never go out there knowing that, you know, they're drunk, and not in the right mind. Neither am I. And probably both either looking for something real quick, one night stand or whatever. I would never, with that mindset, everyone goes, probably almost every single person goes out with that mindset, and knowing that, I would never try and find love like that.
Exactly. I do. Because like, I feel like when you have to do that, it means because sometimes it feels shit, man. For example, you have to get drunk in order to get the confidence to talk to a woman. Because clearly you haven't done enough work on yourself to feel confident without needing those kind of substances.
Exactly. You explained that perfectly. Yeah. So, I think that every man who's single, go try and cold approach a girl. You feel, if you get rejected, it's such a, like, you know.
I feel like, keep improving yourself, keep yourself better, physically, mentally, financially and stuff like that, and then you should be feeling confident enough to approach women, because women's everywhere, man. Like, just have to go to the right place.
Because when you drink and you get that confident, that's not the actual you. Because once when the drink is out of your system, you've gone back to your normal self, and then you probably go talk to that girl, and then like, who are you? You were a completely different person.
There's been times I've been drunk and I was speaking to a girl, and then I look back like, why did I say that? I look back, I'm like, that's so dumb. I say like the stupidest shit, and I'll look back and cringe at myself. Like after. So I think that was the biggest one. I just started cringing at myself. So I limited my drinking whenever like I do want to approach a girl. I would like, slow down. Hey, like, then do it. I mean, nothing felt more rewarding than actually cold approaching one in real life. Without any external, like...
Yeah. I think a nice place, nice restaurant or something like that, maybe, I don't know, like a nice bar, which is like kind of formal, whatever. That kind of, like, women's... I feel like they go to a certain place which fit their values, I feel like. Because being... I don't know, man, like, since what? I've become a legal age to go to the club. I've been there 5 times. And those 5 times before my birthday. I look at a club where a place is very... Like, no offense to anyone, disgusting to me. Hindley Street in Adelaide is not for me, man. It walks through that street, I just look around, I was like, nah.
Yeah, I agree.
Nah, no way. I need to get the fuck out of this place. Maybe go somewhere a little bit, like, I don't know. I just like the good vibe. I don't mind. What's the place that we go to? It's really nice. The Top Roof. It's like a nice bar with mature people.
24K, 2K.
Oh, yeah.
Really nice
2KW, I think.
Yeah. I like being up there, like, nice view, just like a couple mates there, have a couple drinks, look around, talk to random people. Like, I'll tell you a funny story. So,
yeah, go for it.
I think that night we dressed really well, all right? Like, looking pretty damn, like, well. So then we went up there. There's a lady, I think she's from England, pretty sure.
She was England.
So then she approached me, and then at a bar, and she was like, hey, where you from? And stuff like that. So then with me, I was like, oh, I'm a band. So there was 3 of us. I was there. I'm a band, off-topic band. So like we make music and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, really? When are you performing? Like, English accent. And I was like, well, we perform Wednesday night, 7 p.m. at Entertainment Centre, Adelaide. She's like, oh, really? Yeah. And then after that, minutes after, she go to her friend and tell her, oh, look, this guy performance. You know what I mean? They perform band stuff like that. So she asked to take photos with us. And I was like, oh, okay, well, send me the link to buy the ticket. I was like, no worries. And then as I start sitting down, I was like, crack. I was like, I ain't no bands, bro. I don't know how to sing, but maybe call George up or something.
Just go on Adelaide Entertainment Centre website. You should see us there.
Yeah, you should see our band there.
Like, a whole crowd. They're just talking about, oh, this guy's a band.
And then she asked to take photos with us and shit. I was like, yeah, no worries, man. Take photos with us.
Oh, my God.
But that's what I mean. Like, that environment's like, you surround yourself with like a lot of mature people, and majority of them are business owners too. I did try to talk to some people, but then they're obviously like in a small group and stuff like that, so it's very hard to approach. Yeah. So yeah, it was a great night. But like when you talk about it earlier, where I think you mentioned before that you haven't been in a relationship before.
Oh yeah. Nah, I've never been in a relationship before. I don't know.
That's crazy, eh?
Yeah. Everyone thinks it's crazy. I don't know why, but it comes as such a shock to everyone.
Yeah. No, it's actually shocked me too.
It's a shock.
You don't think it's a shock?
No, it's not. Okay, I don't think you have to be in a relationship to be like...
No, like I'm talking about a single relationship. He hasn't been in any relationship.
Nah, it depends on the person. Like, he's busy. He's chasing his own dreams. You don't need somebody else to validate you and be there for you to keep going.
Is that the reason why though?
I wouldn't say so. Like, if I could fall in love now, I would.
Yep.
Honestly, having a good partner, any man can dream of. Having a good wife, any man can dream of, because there's nothing that could make you happier than having a good wife and having kids and everything.
I agree.
My mate's about to have a kid. Yeah. He's recently proposed. Congratulate him. I'm sure he's, living the happiest life he is right now, because you know, beautiful. These things are beautiful. Like people getting married, people getting engaged.
Yeah.
I can't see that happening all with myself at the moment because I just got other things that I'd rather pursue. But if an opportunity comes and the right person comes, yeah, I'll be happy to fall in love because I'm not gonna say like, oh, I don't have time, whatever, and everything. I feel like that's just an excuse. If there's someone that any man would really love, in my opinion, they'll really go for it. And everything. Like there's, what's it called? I just think we're naturally just got to do that. We'll put time away.
Definitely, man. Yeah, definitely.
For me, I'll definitely find someone that would like have good drive, that's into what I'm doing and everything and stuff. It's hard to think that, you know, someone will come like that anytime soon, but you never know. We all say that to ourselves. Could happen tomorrow. Could happen next week. Could happen, you know. And sorry to interrupt, but I just don't want to get sucked into that sort of world trying to look for something too much, because that's probably why I also never got in a relationship. When you're a kid and everything and stuff growing up, you kind of like get sucked into kind of chasing and a bit and everything. Not that I don't chase women or whatever. Like I'm happy to, you know, pursue someone I really like, but sometimes you just get too sucked into it and you kind of almost damage yourself and hurt yourself before
I think you'll know, man. I think you will know if you have a feeling like you're being stuck to something, because I feel like a lot, not to aim at anyone, right? But then I feel like nowadays people make relationships so fucking goddamn hard, where they have to play those fucking kind of mind games and you know, trying to get someone to chase. Like, bro, it shouldn't be a fucking chasing game to begin with.
No, we're not trying to play tag.
No, exactly right. That's why I understand why a lot of guys and also girls as well are genuinely scared of a relationship where there's too many mind games around.
Oh yeah.
And trying to manipulate, like emotionally manipulate people to do a certain thing, and then just like to get their self like or ego up or whatever. It's just, I don't even know, man. I don't even know what's wrong with this generation.
I reckon with me, if you have a dream that you're chasing and you're not in the right position to have a partner or a family because you can't really provide the things you want to provide, so I would just sit there and follow that dream until I get up to the top, to the stage where I can provide everything to that person, instead of them going to work or whatever.
I can agree with you to a certain extent, but I also can disagree as well, because you know why? Why do you have to wait for yourself to reach a certain point of financially, for example, or a certain goal that you know you want to achieve in order for you to pursue a woman? Because for me, it's like when you hit that, for example, when you're a successful man, right? It's going to be very hard for you to find a good woman because you don't know what they are here for, like what intention they're here for. You know what I mean? So I think I'd rather have a woman by my side while I'm trying to pursue my dream, like working with me.
Let me correct that. Obviously, stay open to people coming in, not chasing them. Because I think chasing just, you come across a bit too.
That's exactly right.
But stay open to the, you know, to get attracted, you know.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm staying open. I'm not chasing, trying to, you know, if they try and like play too many games, whatever, I just don't have the time to really try and play all these games. I got this whole music thing, music shit to do. So I, at the moment, don't try and chase anything. And just like with what he said as well, I agree to some extent. And with what you said, I agree to some extent as well. What he was saying is he wants to be a man that can provide and be able to, you know, be financially free and, you know, if a woman comes in, be able to be helped. I agree with that. I also want to be in that position so I can provide for that person. Like be the man to provide for her and everything, and her kids, our kids in the future as well. But also, and you're saying, there are women that would just look for what you have and what you got, not you as a person. So I agree with him to some extent as well, where I want a woman that can, you know, work and fight. We can fight together, work together, and then help each other.
It's more beautiful, bro. I think it's more beautiful.
Way more romantic in that way than, let's say, you got 3 cars, big house. A woman comes in, you don't know her intentions, you know. You don't know if she's just coming to, you know, look after her problems and everything, and then, you know, before you know it, you share a bank account.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
And I think it's a win-win as well, though. Like, it's a win-win to have a woman by your side while you're working and pursuing your dream, because that way, when you actually achieve those goals together, you can say, okay, we did it together. Yeah. We did that. You know what I mean?
And that's why I think that having a girlfriend at my age is probably perfect, because I'm nowhere in a position to have kids or like, you know, have a massive house to, you know, really establish, you know, we can get married now, you know.
Yep.
I can't really promise that at the moment, because I just have too many things for myself to work on. But that's why I was saying before, I have to find someone that's into what I'm doing, and, you know.
Do they have to be into music, or like
not in particular? No, not in particular into music. You don't have to be into music. Just
support you.
Just like, support like the actual like drive and dreams and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's so many people that aren't into different things and everything, but they will just still support it anyway. Yeah. Because, you know, if you love that person, you really love like to see that they're happy doing what they're doing.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to take a lot of time in pursuing something different, because obviously, like, who do you know, like, in your family that like be successful in music career, but you?
Besides like my brother, who was pretty good at guitar, which he kind of just moved on to a different direction with his life and put it back. Not much. There's not really.
That's what I mean.
Music.
Like, it's going to take a bit of time. Like, it's going to take some time of yours to actually pursue and find, like, you know, that one song or whatever to actually blow up and then change your life completely or whatever. Yeah. So I think everything's take time, man. Especially in our 20s, man. I feel like he said and like you said, like, having a girlfriend by your side is actually good. You know what I mean? You have emotional support, someone that actually, you know, always tell you can do whatever. But then at the same time, I feel like when you on that kind of journey, it's take the shit of energy out of you. And then like, it's very difficult as well sometimes to maintain the relationship going.
I definitely that's the hard part. Like, some people are gonna want you to be successful, or some people are gonna, you know, want your attention for themselves and everything and stuff. That's why it's such a hard career for me to chase, because I'm basically sacrificing a lot of time for my partner potentially. There are so many relationships that are like broken within like the music industry. You know, they could be married and have kids. You see it all everywhere. It even becomes worse because everything's on camera. So definitely risking you know, the potential to provide time for my potential partner.
I feel like it's possible to make it work as long as both of you like kind of understand each other. Like, obviously I would say, I don't know, for me personally, once a week, I'll make that one time, like one day to just hang out with the missus or whatever. But then the 6th day, I have those time for myself. But that one day we would dedicate just for that person. And it'll work out, just kind of keep it balanced. But obviously you can't see them every day, man. So you do what you do and what I do.
Yeah, well, I literally have a mate that tells me he sees his misso twice a week. And he is busy working, doing his own things, got his own drives and everything. And they love each other perfectly fine.
I think that's healthy, man.
That is healthy, but you got to find someone that can work with what you're working with, and then you can work with what they're working with. If they're not happy with you, let's say, gone to the gym so many times and, you know, invading your boundaries, telling you should do this so you can hang out with me, you shouldn't do this so you can hang out with me or whatever. I think that's just, you know...
Yeah, just someone breaking you down.
Breaking your boundaries and not letting you do your own thing. That's why, like I said before, I want a partner that with drive, that can, you know, have their own thing going as well, so I can learn from them.
And they can learn from
everything
you.
They can learn from us, and we can fight together into... See, that's the beautiful relationship that I'm looking for, hopefully in the future.
It's not impossible, bro.
I reckon being in a relationship... I feel like it's always just, you know, trying things to see if you're compatible. So, for instance, trying to see each other for a long time, like not a long time, like a lot during the week, to see how you would go. Because in the future, when you get in a house, obviously you're going to be seeing each other all the time. You got to do that while you're in a relationship to see if you're compatible with each other. I understand that he said, I would just give that girl one day of my week. But still, once you move in together and you have kid together, you know, if
I feel like that's a different scenario. I'm talking about like when you're not living together.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Obviously, you're doing something, but if you're living together, obviously you're going to see each other every day,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But then obviously you can't hang out and do fun thing every day, even though you live each other. That's what I mean. It comes down to one day still that you're going to dedicate that day just to hang out and do fun stuff all day.
There should be just one day of whatever, just having fun, but the rest should be just you doing your own thing, they're doing your own thing, or you doing one thing together.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there are couples that are living together already. Just, you know, they're just used to it.
Yeah.
There are couples that will see each other maybe twice a week, 3 times a week. I have a mate who's interstate, and his misso will fly over because he's doing his own thing and everything, and then we'll come back, and she lives here. So it's one of those things, just whatever works with people.
Yeah, every relationship's different.
Every relationship is different. It's just all about finding what works for you guys and everything. And I'm sure if you really love each other, no matter what it is, you would find a way to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's how powerful love is. You can really, if you really aren't willing to sacrifice something for someone, you know, then you're not really loving that person.
Yeah, that's right. I agree. The test of love is really about how much can you or your partner stick around when things get hard. Do they leave you fucking when shit gets hard, or they actually stick around and fight with you?
Exactly.
It's very important, man.
Yeah, and also same as you, do you feel like you're happy? Or do you feel like you're wasting their time as well?
Yeah.
You know, and if you're too sucked into your own dreams, just say I'm too sucked into my music and I don't give her any time. Let's say I promised to
make some changes around it.
Make some changes around her and I didn't end up doing it. Yeah. That's on my heart. Maybe I don't actually love her.
Yeah.
As much as I thought I would, and I'm not providing for her, and that's fair enough if they want to leave and find someone that can provide the time for them. So this whole relationship thing, honestly, is just find that one person that can, you know, you can fight and battle with and everything. And like I said, you're always gonna have the honeymoon phase, and you're always gonna fall out of love. Like, it's gonna happen. I think every single couple, you fall out of love. You're not constantly in love. It's like having a car. You're not constantly feeling like this car's epic, sick, brand new. It's gonna get dirty. You're gonna have to clean it and everything. Same as your workout. It's not always gonna be. You're not always gonna hit your top strength every single time. It's gonna be hard and everything and stuff. But if you're still working hard to pursue it, still working hard to keep your car clean, still working hard to you know, maintain your shape, and you know, maintain your love. Yeah, essentially.
So love's really, when you describe that, right, so then in your view, love is also not a feeling, it's a commitment.
Yeah, 100%. It's all commitment.
Yeah, it's choices.
It's all commitment. It's not like, it's the same. It's all discipline. At the end of the day, if you really love that person, then you would do anything to be with that person for the rest of your life.
Fuck, that's difficult, man.
Yeah, it's hard. Look, I'm still single, so it's of course it's difficult. But I don't know. I wish I had someone that I could tell them right now, like this whole message. Hey, if there's anything, you know, that goes wrong with us, you know, I'll do anything to fix.
I'm the type of person where I don't believe in fucking giving up, man. Whatever I do, I don't give up on shit. I'm doing business, I failed for 6 years straight. I'm still fucking fighting for it. I'm doing podcasts, people telling me that, look, it's not going to work, whatever. But now some people are actually starting to love it. That's what I mean. And even in a relationship as well, man. I don't believe in fucking giving up. I believe in working it out, because if you want bad enough with your partner, you fucking sit the fuck down. Doesn't matter how big the problem is, because 99% of the problems, you can work on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The relationship don't fail, but people fail to take to be accountable for the action or take accountability. Because, like, fuck, I don't even know how, but if you want to grow, like in a relationship, you got to make sure that your partner and you are growing at the same pace, because you can't be the one growing, or they can't be the one who's growing. You both have to be growing, because otherwise, if you outgrow them or they outgrow you, the relationship is over.
And sorry to interrupt, I just got something quick to say. And if you do happen to outgrow someone, let's say you're, you know, let's say I'm doing this music thing and it's advancing real quick, it doesn't mean you're outgrowing your partner. If they're still working just as hard to do whatever they're doing, you're advancing at the same pace. Yeah, sorry, go, what did you say?
I think with the relationship, when you're having some kind of like problem, sometimes you just have to understand where they're coming from and just be like, yeah, you're right, sorry. and just, I don't know, finding a middle ground, I guess. I think that's the best way of just moving it without having a big ego and saying, "Nah, you're wrong, I'm right." All the time.
They have to be emotionally mature
Yes.
enough to actually find common ground. You can't talk to an emotionally immature person and say, "Yeah, let's go find common ground." No, they just want to win an argument. They just want to be right all the time. Yeah. And how are you going to be able to grow if you can't even be accountable for your action? For example, you did something wrong. Oh, I did something wrong, right? And if I keep putting all the blame on them, how am I going to be able to grow as a person?
Yeah.
You're just running away. And accountability, yes, it sucks. But it's the only way to grow. And actually, when you acknowledge your experience, right, that means you're not going to go through the same shit again, or you're doing the same shit again. But people fail to do that.
It's all just pride. Like, if you hold too much pride and ego to yourself,
exactly,
then you're never going to achieve anything.
Yeah, I do believe in that. Like, have some confidence, but I don't think pride and ego, I think ego and pride just kind of destroy things around you.
It eats you away. It's like if you lost at something and someone beat you or something, or like, you know, someone's betting you something. If you don't accept defeat and everything, you're never gonna learn your mistake. If you make a mistake, a fail or something, you don't accept that you failed. You're never gonna learn from it.
That's right.
You know, it's all acceptance, failure, and then accountability. Be accountable for your own actions. That's one of the biggest things I really learned, and because I used to have big insecurity of myself.
Everyone does.
And let's say, like, especially in the soccer team, like, I could say that so many times I've made mistakes. And
I remember I used to play soccer with you under
we played soccer
17
together.
or 16.
Yeah.
I know him years ago, man.
And not gonna lie, like, in that team, there are even times that I would argue with another player, but there's probably so many times I made mistakes and other things that other people see that I couldn't see, but I wouldn't be accountable for it. I would just think, oh, what do you mean? Like, it's not my fault. But that version of me was what I had to squash because I was never learning anything from anyone. You know? And let's say, you know, that's why whenever I go to do something now, if someone's better than me in something, I'll let them beat me at it. And I'll learn from it.
That's right. Like, put your ego aside, actually, like, sit down and fucking take note from them. I remember you and I used to be in an argument once when we played together.
I don't think me and you in particular. I think more we did, other people. I genuinely thought you were one of the nice guys. Like, to this day, really? I remember. Yeah, one of the nice guys from the team.
To be honest, though, when I was younger, I wasn't that nice, man. I was a bit of a dickhead, to be honest.
I just remember you telling me that you were still new to the sport.
Yes, I think that's when I was
very new to the sport. But see, for me back then, I would think, these guys are new to the sport. I got more experience, so I'm automatically better. Which is a very naive way to think. You know, I actually now looking back, if that was your first year compared to my first year, like, I was even younger and I should have been, you know, learning quicker. Your first year ever playing soccer and you're already performing that sort of level. Like, you know, I should have seen that your potential was probably even higher than mine at that time.
I think we just, like, over time we're just evolving, like,
it's crazy how far this guy has fully changed from how he was back then to now. I haven't been with him, but I've known him since when he just started playing soccer. Obviously I wasn't playing soccer with him, but I went to the same school, and I remember when he started playing soccer. And from there, completely different person.
Yeah, it's night and day. I remember when I was younger, I wasn't the best person. Just that's all I'm gonna say. I wasn't the best person, but you learn from your mistake. You just trying to grow and really take, like I said, accountability is actually important. You reflect on shit and then trying to improve yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, same as me. I was one of the, if anything, like, people probably won't even, like, realize I've been one of the people to stank my friends before and everything, and I've been one of the people that try and, like, seek attention from everyone, you know, Facebook, everything and stuff. I've even attacked people through social media before. I've made all sorts of mistakes before. I will own up to it now. And it's all just a learning curve. You're never going to be perfect, and by taking
it helps
accountability for that, that's when you learn, hey, not to do it again. Hey, a different new approach for it and everything and stuff. So at the end of the day, just with anything, couples, skills, whatever you're developing, your business, my music, it's all about taking accountability and, you know, learning from your mistakes.
Yeah, I feel like when you're going, like, being like that, like having a lot of ego, no taking accountability, You look at yourself in the mirror. It's not. I'm not saying comparing yourself to someone, but looking at the other person and looking at yourself in the mirror, like, why am I still here? Like, when you take a step back, you realize a lot of the things that you should change.
Yeah.
And move on. I'm not saying you should compare yourself to others, but observe everybody else, how they are and where they're going. And I think that's the easiest way for you to just drop your ego and just, accept whatever's there.
Yeah, 100%.
And get better.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like, same thing when I feel like we have so many infinite possibilities to, like, evolve in a way. We're evolving from when we were naive 15, 14-year-old kids or cocky, not knowing anything, to now where we're, talking about all this stuff in a podcast in here. We still have so many possibilities to evolve into something completely different. Who knows where we'll be sitting in 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
If we keep striving forward.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things as well, like, is you can add so much more to your plate than you expect. You can do so many things, so much more than you expect. Let's say, like, let's say a person that goes from not going to the gym at all to going to the gym consistently. That's already a big accomplishment. I think about it before you were in high school, and you think about, like, massive gym guy and everything. Like, you think having great shape is, like, the biggest accomplishment and everything and stuff. And once you start going for years and never in years, now you have a good shape, you have a good diet, you've worked on it, but you're like, and that becomes normal to you.
Yeah.
So then, that's like something that, that's something I do every day. That's normal to me, like, and then you're just like, okay, well, now you can add even more because that new version of you, you have the same, like, steady mindset as the one before you even went to the gym, like, because you'll feel like just going to the gym isn't enough. So you would add even more to doing things, like, for me, such as music, now MMA, something different, everything.
Exactly right. That's why I see, like, when you say that, a lot of people saying, I don't have enough time to do things, like, it just remind me, like, being a flashback where I saw a video. So that guy has a big plastic bottle, and he's in a class, right? I think he's probably a teacher or something, and then he start filling big rocks in there, and he asks the students, "Is the bottle full?" Students say yes, and then he start adding small little gravel inside the bottle as well. He asked the student again, "Is the bottle full?" Student say yes again, and they start adding sand in the bottle. Ask the student again, "Is the bottle full?" Student say yes, and he said yes. Now the bottle is actually full. He said that when you tell yourself that you don't have enough time, you won't have enough time. But when you're trying to actually squeeze in and actually, like, do things quickly, be able to get things done faster, you will see so much time available to you.
There is so much time. Like, you can make anything happen, seriously. If you really...
I think sometimes just people make small things seem so big, and that's why they think they don't have time. But once you've made that once you've turned that into, like, normal, then you can keep going, and you're like, I can have so much time.
Keep
going.
You could go from, like, sleeping in bed all day doing nothing to completely doing every single little thing every single hour. And that you can make that productive somehow. Having a timetable, people love it. People have, like, a time schedule. Hey, stick to this, stick to that, and everything. Every single hour is productive for them. Whether it's relaxing time, that's your rest time. Your rest time for physical activities is also productive as well.
Yes, so I think it's all about how you organize your day, and start from that small things and then go to big things.
Definitely.
It's fine. But anyway, bro, I thank you for coming in today, man.
Good, man.
Appreciate the time.